I figured I would go ahead and start the documentation of this whole journey with the first video. Let me start you out with, and I'm driving, so I will try to make this brief and exciting at the same time. So, long story short, when I was 10 years old, my dad and I went out on an airplane ride at Akron Municipal Airport, and they let me sit in the co-pilot seat, fly the airplane, and actually back in those days, they actually let you land it, and it was so fun. And then kind of put that whole thing about flying on a shelf, and watched, I would watch like paragliders or whatever, or gliders, and I would watch different videos, and then got into droning here about 8 years ago. So fast forward. So we were doing some videos for the Balloon Federation of America over the last couple years, and I thought, you know what? I've got a buddy of mine, Joash, that's a pilot, and John, who's a pilot. I thought, you know what? I'm going to get my pilot's license. So I got super excited, drove my wife crazy. I'm watching all these FAA videos on, how to be a pilot, and learning all the jargon and learning the lingo, and I'm listening to air traffic control on my phone. Yes, I'm a little over the top. And then I got to a couple videos where it was the FAA oral exam, and I thought, oh my gosh, it was like watching a drill sergeant just pound these guys for an hour and a half. And I thought, you know what, I'm not looking to fly an F-16. I'm not looking to fly an aircraft that's going to carry 100 plus people. I just wanted to get some wings and get some flight time, and I thought it would be cool, and it's kind of freeing. So long story short, I didn't put the whole idea on a shelf, but my buddy Joash said, hey, listen, they've got power paragliding, and you don't have to go through all the FAA, this, that, or the other. You don't have to do a medical. Remember, I'm driving right now. So I thought, you know what, let me do some research on that. So once again, thank you, Lord, for my wife, driving her crazy, watching literally hundreds of videos on powered parachutes, powered paragliding, kites, this, that, or the other, to find out, what all this was about. I've learned a lot, but I've still never done it. And as I'm thinking, as always, safety first, I remember that a buddy of mine, Dragon, is a kite flyer. Not like the kind that you would get from Walmart or Target, that type of kite. I'm talking about like an actual wing, where you can do kite surfing and kite boarding and even kite skiing. And I thought, you know what? He said that he's got a bunch of these things, and they're not really strong enough for you to like take off with, but it would still give you the feel of having a kite in your hand, how to get the kite up, being kited, and kind of going. No motor, no nothing like that. Your feet aren't leaving the ground, but just the idea of having that, around you with all the lines, it seemed like a really good idea. So I met Dragon, awesome. He gave me 3 kites, and we're actually headed down for a trip down to South Carolina on Saturday morning. We'll get there, and I'm going to learn how to kite a kite, take it from being in the case to there at the ground or on the beach, up into the air, and see, the controls of how it works, how it operates. So I've got 3 kites. I've got a 320, a 420, and there's another one back there. I think it's a Hydra. And I'm just basically, the goal is to get familiar with the lines and the lingo and that type of thing. So it's not like I want to buy a Ferrari and I want to take it out on the course, right away. What I want to do is learn and just start slow. So these kites are so tiny and so small that no, I would not be able to take off with them. But again, just to get the lingo. And I didn't film any with Dragon in the meeting with him, but officially this is pre-flight. This is pre-anything. I've touched one just so whenever he had it, I could hold it up and kind of see what it felt like, see what it looked like, and then he put it away because it's raining outside here in Northeast Ohio. So this is video number 1 in the whole process, the whole journey, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you real soon. Thanks. Bye.